Bayanlar ve baylar, hanımefendiler ve küçük beyefendiler, Sherlock Holmes'un yeni bölümüne hepiniz hoş geldiniz. En son hatırlarsanız tam burada bırakmıştık. Şu Mülteci kampının olduğu yerde. Hatta kamp neredeydi? Burada bir yerde mülteci kampı olması lazım. Dur. Ha, düz gidiyoruz. Evet, en son kampta bırakmıştık. Tabii bizim kampa soru sorabilmemiz lazım.
Help me, please. I'm very sorry, sir, but I can't help you.
Anlamış
Do you
sorunu.
know anything about this?
Oh, sir, I'm afraid I don't know about that.
This isn't working. You might need a different tack.
Ne diyeyim?
Do you know anything about this?
Men like me don't like to be bothered by strangers.
Bu nasıl bak?
Murder! Beasts!
Could you help me?
No, brother. That's out of my knowledge.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what? And dressed as what?
Başkasına sorarız. Şimdi
Any progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
var.
May I ask for your assistance?
Nothing I can tell you, sir, but others might know more.
May I ask you something?
A solid question, sir, but I don't have the answer.
Time to check your who, what, and what, Sherry. Who are you asking? About what? And
Niye bu kadar açıyorum ya?
dressed as what?
Tamam, buradan burada sorgularız. Polis kaydı yoksa gazeteye mi gidiyoruz? Galiba gazeteye gidiyoruz. Diyor.
Good luck, Mr. Holmes.
Ne demek? Tamam, arkadaş ne cenabet. Be. Evet. Siz gazeteciysiniz,
May
bilirsiniz
I
doğru.
ask you something?
I can't help you, friend.
Are you able to help me?
I can't help you, friend.
Oh, I am bored. Call me when you find the answer.
Soruyoruz be, sormayak mı? Neresi kaldı? Burası. Belediye. Belediyede ben bu adamı aldığı şeyden falan tanırım ben. Değiştirelim. Merhaba. İşte sen. Tamam. Ee, evet. Thomas Norton 1840 yılında Londra'da doğmuş. 1864 yılında Oxford Üniversitesi'nden mezun olmuş. 1864 yılında sekreter olarak İçişler Bakanlığı'na çalışmaya başlamış. 1875'te Hindistan'da askeri delege görevine getirilmiş. 1877 yılında bizzat kraliçe tarafından Banyon nişanıyla ödüllendirilmiş. 1 Mart 1878 tarihinde belediyedeki kimlik kabinesi tarafından Koruyan'ın Britanya delegesi ilan edilmiş. Oo, adam buraya tutulmuş. Ya bir şey biliyorum ya.
Have you found anything helpful?
Bu ikisini sorarak bir yere varabiliriz. Peki, bu nerede? Köprü altı. Burası. Oraya belki sorabiliriz. Buraya bakarız ama. Bakın burada başka bir şey. Bunu soruyoruz. Bunu ne soruyoruz ama. Ben sorayım. Ben oradaki polis memuruna sorayım. Sorabiliyorsun. Ok var ya burada takılıyoruz.
You still here?
The intruder has a most peculiar tattoo on his neck, 2 lines and a point. Do you know anything about it?
You really want to know, kid? Why? You want to play a policeman or something?
I'm sure you have it in your records, so it won't hurt if I have it in mine.
In my records, it's just a tattoo, as it should be in yours. Ah, to hell with you. Suit yourself as to what you're going to do with it. Off the record, though, such tattoos are often connected to a man named Mr. Niccolo Bernadotti.
Bernadotti, you say?
A respectable businessman in Scalario. His company imports goods and wines, and smuggles everything that can be smuggled between the colonies and the mainland. His people can be identified by an obscure tattoo, just like the one over there our friend has. But these are all merely rumours, you see. If Mr. Bernadotti was a criminal, he'd be in prison now.
Aha.
Or hanged,
Bizim ülkede çok.
right? You're disturbing a hornet's nest here, son.
I owe you a lot, Mr. Holmes.
Aslı. sefer polis karakoluna gidiyoruz herhalde.
Sherry, wait. You might want to settle all the matters in the camp before leaving. You probably won't be coming back here anytime soon.
Bu
May I ask you something?
They often take us from the camps to work. Most don't mind, though. It's the only way we get a glimpse of freedom.
So there's a smuggling ring in the camp. This wasn't the first time that someone freely entered the camp to take a refugee out.
At least it was certainly his last time. My gut tells me that we'll learn more about this. It's a shame we didn't learn more about that scheme the guards were talking about. The corruption in Cordona flourishes once more. Is this... I just need to collect my thoughts, Sherry.
tamam, yeni kanıtımız bu. Tabii yolcular çok klasik ya. Hani başta ilk de dedik. Kesin bir kurtuluk sebebi her zaman olur. Neden bana baştan Türkler. Ya ben buraya şans gelmedi. Ben bulursun. Nikola Bernard 18 doğumlu Polonyalılardan bir iş adamı ve patrondu. 1873 yılında kurulmuş olan bilmem ne şirketinin kurucusu ve sahibidir. Ana ofisi Güneydoğu Skeldio Pazar Caddesi Von olacak. Kesin yapalım. Bay Brenda ortaya 10 Şubat 1876 tarihinde anonim kaynaklardan alınan ihbar sonucu sorguya getirildi. Bu kaynak Bay Bernard bilmem neyi, Britanya kolonileri, Pardon ve Birleşik Krallık arasında ilişki ve anlaşmalarını ifade ediyor. Tüketmeye çalışan kişilerin daha önce sorduğu şiddet, şantaj ve harç toplama, paylaş toplama gibi yasa dışı işlere bulaştığı da iddia edilir. Biliyor artık neyse. Konuk olarak sorgulamaya çağrılmış çünkü kendisine karşı bir kanıt yok. Ben ve memurun yürüttüğü sorgu esnasında kaynağımızın belirttiği operasyonlarda ve gerçeklerden beraber olduğunu iddia etti. Britanya'ya taşınmadan önceki aktiviteler hakkında belgeli veya belgesiz bilgi edinilemedi. Bay bilmem ne iddiası 1803 yılında İtalya Sicilya yaşadığı ve orta yaptı sonunda ortaya taşındı.
An impressive slice of life. The police had a lot on him and at the same time
Değil.
nothing at all. Amateurs.
Kim
Any
olsun?
progress with the case, Mr. Holmes?
Tamam. Sicilya vakası klasik yani. Tamam. Ne istedi o? Güneydoğu. Güneydoğu. Burası olur. Pazar Caddesi Roma olacak. Doğru. Hemen kiliseye gidelim. Buradan gidelim. Ne var bak? Şey oldu. O bir kere İngilizce. Sen kimsin? Bu İngiliz hanımefendi söyledi. Burası değil mi? O? Bu en şaşalı burası. Değil. Arnavutluğu. Arnavut. Kocaman koymuşlar yani.
It seems they're not expecting guests.
I won't wait for an invitation, John.
These workers don't look like your average Cordona folk.
They're refugees from the camp. Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I'm sorry, but I've never heard of that.
Porcelain friend for every child. Porcelain friend for every child.
Porselen bebek kaçakçılığı yapıyordu.
An essential remedy against sea scourge on any ship.
Zaman.
That's our way in, Sherry.
Borcumuzu pagayıp böyle.
This is private property. You lost something.
I'm here to discuss
Baro
business with Mr.
Bernato'yu görmeye
at the
geldim.
front door, but
Mr. Bernadotte isn't seeing anyone. You have 3 seconds to walk away or you'll never walk again. Capito?
it's in Mr. Bernadotti's best interest to...
1.
Heh.
I did try to resolve this peacefully.
Evet, Ömer. Taşınıyorsunuz oğlum. Anladım, daha öyle.
No more crime for you until next month. Take a rest, my friend.
Bunu şey sonra deniriz.
The snuff's ready.
I'm coming for you.
You
Tamam.
Give him the pepper snuff. Oh, don't. The snuff's ready.
Too simple.
Give him the pepper snuff.
I'm coming.
Don't bother moving. You've lost.
The snuff's ready. Time to knock this guy out.
Amma uğraştırdım ama.
No more crime for you.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Dodge this! I will end.
Take a rest, my friend.
The snuff's ready.
I'm coming for you.
It's all yours now. Go for it.
Evet. Kaça var oğlum bu?
The snuff's ready.
Hop.
Jerry, look. This seems familiar.
Ondan sonra ondan sonra.
A Dogon statue from West Africa. A century old at least. Masks, traditional for the Chokwe people of Central Africa.
Bu.
VH Grindley Flow Blue tableware. This is what lies behind the facade of Bernadotte Company Limited.
No, sir. Don't hurt me.
It's all right. I won't. An
Like you
amazing
didn't
piece of
harm the
culture.
folks on the
I
way
imagine
here.
Many collectors and museums would be interested in having it.
Hadi kaldırak.
Let's see what's hidden there. Vogel's stolen painting. Isn't it curious how it developed into a much more interesting case?
Burada da var. Onlara girelim.
Don't come any closer. One step and I'll shred you to pieces.
Go
Götürmedi.
ahead. Make my day.
Righto. Yes. Yep. Well, excuse me, sir. I think I hear I've got to. It's better I leave.
Whoa. Oh, wow. That was as if somebody put my words in your mouth. This is it. This is where all the magic happens.
Please don't shoot me. I have a family.
So, you cut through all the guards just to talk to me. Then come here, and we shall talk.
Sherry, don't you think this office suits me?
Yakışmaz. Merhaba. Babayı en azından korkunç çıktı. Ben korkar kaçar diye bekliyorum.
I suppose it's Mr. Bernadotte with our fine governor.
Orada ama.
1875. It's taken a few years back. John, how many people in Cordona have a photograph with the governor, do you think?
You definitely don't have one.
The Bernadotte Company Limited Trade Network reaches the most distant colonies of the Great Empire.
It must be very convenient for a man like Bernadotte.
Yok. O zaman biz bir defterimizi açalım. Bunu soracağız. Evet. Hala bak.
Whenever you're ready. I'd hate to intrude.
Gel bakalım. Hoppa. Baştan belli. Öyle. Bir sıkıntı çalışalım. Tamam. Hadi geç. Bence bu. İhtiyatlı suçlu.
Niccolo Bernadotte, I presume? The name is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm afraid I bring bad tidings.
Is that so?
The man you sent to the refugee camp failed in his task. He impaled himself on his own blade. A clumsy and chaotic end.
For a man who just broke onto my property, you are more businessman than brute. You have my attention, Mr. Holmes. Do not waste it.
Bu adamı tanıyor mu lan?
Bernadotte, do you know the name Boniface Mercurio?
I do not.
Mercurio was a local artist. Recently, a man broke into his apartment, ransacked the place, and killed him. The thief was looking for something.
You are testing my patience, boy.
In a moment, the connection will reveal itself. I was hired, privately, to investigate the recent theft of a painting from an art gallery. My investigation led me to a man from your organization and, thus, to you, Mr. Bernadotte.
That is quite a stretch. Why would I need to steal a painting when I could buy any one I wanted?
Interestingly enough, I spotted the stolen painting in your storeroom.
I buy and sell a lot of things, Mr. Holmes. Unfortunately, if this is true, it is not the first time I have been sold stolen merchandise. I presume you were hired by the owner of the gallery. Tell them to contact me, and we'll sort out the situation. So, this painting is why you broke into my office.
As I said, your man was found dead in the refugee camp. He was there to kidnap a woman, but the other refugees intervened to try and save her. The ensuing scuffle resulted in the man's accidental suicide. He sported the same tattoo as your men in this building. In fact, it also bears a resemblance to the one on your neck. Care to explain what business your man had with this woman?
You have no idea what you are talking about. I can assure you this was no kidnapping. The refugees in the camp are on edge. What happened there is a tragic accident, one I am not responsible for.
For what reason was your man there if not to abduct her?
Why would I answer? You are yet to justify your presence in the slightest. So many words, so little action. When you barged into my office, Mr. Holmes, I got the impression you wanted to talk business. Now I see you had come just to talk. Tell me exactly what you want, or get out.
It was necessary groundwork for what comes next. I have enough evidence to conclude that the gallery thief, the artist's killer, and the dead man in the camp are all the same person.
Your time is almost up, Mr. Holmes.
Before you draw your gun, there is one final detail I am yet to mention. The young woman your man was tasked to collect from the refugee camp had been defiled at a perverse masquerade party. That violation was captured in a photograph by Boniface Mercurio and used as a reference for his painting. The photo shows the attacker's face.
Finally. That's why you're here, Mr. Holmes. You have the photograph.
It is what your man was after when he broke into Mercurio's apartment, and it is what you're after too, isn't it, Mr. Bernadotti?
You have the photograph with you. How much do you want for it?
I am not naive enough to carry it with me, but I am yet to decide what I shall do with it. I know the man in the photo is a British envoy. What interest do you have in his downfall?
I must admit, I am rather impressed by how comprehensively you have pursued this matter. And so, you deserve the honest answer. My business dealings are often arduous in their bureaucracy. A man in his position, willing to look the other way, could ease my work significantly. In return, I will make sure no one looks his way either. A favor for a favor.
Also known as blackmail, the modus operandi of any true professional.
It was not originally my idea. Mercurio set things in motion, extorting the envoy for the most trivial of ends. Money. In response, the envoy hired my man to retrieve the painting and the photograph, eliminating Mercurio's leverage. I only learned the whole story after the artist was killed in his home.
And rather than extricate yourself, instead you took over Mercurio's venture.
It fell into my lap. As a businessman, I simply seized the opportunity. Now, how much do you want for the image?
Why did you send your man to remove the woman from the camp?
Without a photograph, her testimony was the next best thing. Securing her was in everyone's interest. Victims and witnesses all too often disappear. I thought the girl was safer with us. I did not anticipate what would happen at the camp.
I could not help but appreciate the collection of smuggled artifacts in your storeroom. You have rather diversified your business.
Oh, high and mighty of you, Mr. Holmes. Not all smuggling is immoral. I pay generous rates to developing cultures and spread their culture to eager buyers. And furthermore, I supply many immigrants with a taste of home.
A very convenient way of thinking.
I have traveled wildly, Mr. Holmes. I've seen people in far-flung lands for whom my services are a lifeline. Without them, they would starve. The tax on cargo is often so absurd that it would be more profitable to simply sink your ship than dock it in the harbor. And trust me, I am speaking from experience.
I saw refugees from the camp at your warehouse. They work for you.
I have made certain arrangements with City Hall and the police. Thanks to me, Refugees can work and be paid. It's a pathway to freedom.
And how much do you save by capitalizing on their cheap labor?
I have heard no complaints. They seem happy just to get out of that slum.
Elimci verdim.
Why should I give you the photograph?
Just name your price.
What if my price were not money? You claim to have connections, Mr. Bernadotti. Perhaps you could improve conditions for the refugees. Give them a chance for a better life.
Ha! I do have connections, Mr. Holmes, but help the whole camp? You are asking too much. I could, however, make arrangements for one person. The woman who was violated will have her own home outside the camp, solely for her and her child. She will no longer be a refugee, but a princess. That I can guarantee.
Is that really possible?
It will be neither fast nor easy, but I can do it. She deserves it, don't you agree? And as for her abuser, he will serve me as much as he deserves.
So, in your plan, everybody will be given their due. Especially you, Mr. Bernadotti.
Seems like a fair deal, no? I doubt anyone could offer you better. Simply give me the photograph, and the world becomes a better place. I give you my word.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Such is the arrogance of British imperialism. I take your point.
I am positive our deal will benefit everyone.
Adam fotoğrafını kimi sorabilirim ben?
The front door's now open, sir. You can leave through it. If you want, of course.
Evet.
Please, come in. Mr. Bernadotti is expecting you.
I am positive our deal will benefit everyone.
Farklı her şeyi bulmamız lazım. Ne sorsak? Bunları hatırlayayım da hocam. Galeriye doğru olabilir. Galeriye gidip bir adama sorayım.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the...
Öğrendim.
Not yet, Mr. Bogle.
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
Not yet, Mr. Bogle.
Nasıl hareket edeyim? Nasıl karar? Nasıl? Bilemem. Kim kaldı sormadan? Bay Dragon etkisi mi var? Bay başlık. Ama diyebilirim. Buraya gidebiliriz. Nasıl seçim yapmam lazım? Bilin bakalım kimi buldum. Bilin bakalım kimi buldum.
Our department needs to straighten out some business.
Geçtim beraber.
Why are you staring at me like I'm a Madame Tussauds figure? Didn't you hear what I just said?
On my way here, I was wondering whether you might regret what you did. I tried my best to retain at least a shred of faith in humanity. I had hoped that you would hear her scream, see her face in your dreams, or at least once ask yourself how Nayla might feel.
Who?
Neither of my hopes were fulfilled.
Why are you here?
Do you recognize this man?
We definitely look alike. But you have the wrong person.
Really? Then you won't mind if I pass this along to the newspaper.
All right. All right. Is this about money, as you said in the letter? What kind of sum are we talking about?
I've never written a single word to you. Bribery, not my style.
So, that letter, it wasn't from you?
Well, it appears that more and more people in the city are finding out about your despicable hobby, doesn't it? You're in the clutches of justice, and very soon they will squeeze you. It's in your best interest to cooperate.
Fine. I suppose now we have a nice long talk. Do you drink, Mr.
Sherlock Holmes. And I do not.
Shame. All the best discussions are accompanied by a glass of whiskey. But out of respect for you, I won't drink either.
Respect? That's an unusual word in your mouth, Mr.
Where are my manners? My name is Thomas Norton, a British envoy in Cordona on a military mission. So, where do we start?
So, let's return to the beginning. What happened at the party?
I vaguely remember that night. As usual at such parties, you meet people, you talk with them, they invite you to spend some time alone with them. What can I say? I got myself mixed up with the wrong company, and somebody must have mixed some psychoactive substance in my drink. After that, it's all blurry. I completely lost my sanity. I made a terrible mistake which I regret deeply.
You don't say. Do refugee girls often appear on the menu at those types of parties?
It's rather rare.
So you didn't attend the party to engage in an exotic experience involving a vulnerable woman unable to accuse you of assault?
I would never have planned such a terrible thing. What happened was just bad circumstance.
Boniface Mercurio, does the name mean anything to you?
He's an artist, right?
The one responsible for the painting that compromises you. I found him dead in his room.
Oh, that is bad. Wait, you don't think that I have anything to do with this?
You had motive to kill him.
Maybe I did, but listen. I know how this looks, but murder? That's on another level. I had thoughts that this Mercutio...
Mercurio?
Well, him, yes. I thought he could have been the blackmailer. But I was too afraid to make any hasty decisions. There were plenty of ways to fail by making a move, so I chose to wait. To see what he would do next. You have to believe me.
I don't believe people, I believe evidence.
Then look at the evidence.
The painting that depicted you in the image of the devil was stolen by a mercenary. Did you have anything to do with it?
I might be a rotten person, sir, but hiring criminals for illicit purposes is not in my daily schedule.
And buying the painting in an attempt to hide the crime, is that on your daily schedule?
What would you do in my situation?
I would never put myself in such a situation.
You're young. I could never have imagined myself in my current position, yet here I am in front of you. We all make mistakes, Mr. Holmes, and I'm no exception.
You mentioned blackmail. Tell me about it.
All right. A couple of days ago, I received an anonymous letter. It said that in the art gallery at Caravansary there exists a painting that incriminates me. The blackmailer made it clear that if there is a painting, then a photograph exists too, and I should be wary of what it might do to my reputation.
What does the blackmailer want from you?
Money, of course. What else do such people want? Needless to say, I don't remember anyone taking photographs at the party. Up until the last moment, I hoped he was bluffing. But he wasn't, as you've just proven to me.
Show me the letter.
I burnt it as soon as I read it. I've left enough evidence. There's no need for any more. Mr. Holmes, I've built my entire career on hard work and uncompromising dedication to the Crown. I made a mistake, but I'm not a villain from some cheap adventure fiction. By putting me behind bars, you will benefit precisely no one.
Rotting in prison is the least you deserve, but I have a better idea. You will make amends and help the ones you hurt.
Mültecilere yardım etmek.
Use your connections to help patriate the refugees, find them decent homes, give them jobs. There must be a meaning to your position and my decision.
Yes, all right, I can do that. So, will you give me the photograph now?
That's not all.
Burada da yardım.
Nayla deserves the very utmost of what you can do.
Help the girl? I can't risk the press paying extra attention to her. I will do anything except that.
I need to think this all through. Don't do anything foolish in the meantime.
What makes you think you can decide what's best for these people?
Yani neredeyse kaçırıyorum. Öncelikle onu böyle dersem. Haha. Şimdi oldu. Bu adama güvenilmez. Okuyor bir de bu. Öncelikle bir açıklama yapalım. Fotoğrafı Google'a vereceğiz. Böyle istisnasız. Burada kime soracağım bilmiyorum. Yani ben diyorum ki acımasız haberler. Hani doğru olan belki bu değil. Hani bu anlamıyla ama delege yaptığı şey yüzünden ne güveni ne de affedilmeyi hak ediyor. Oradan kızgın halkına verdiği cezayı almalı. Fotoğrafı Google'a ver ki her şey ortaya çıksın. Google,
Mr. Holmes, you've returned. Have you uncovered anything new about the theft?
yapacağız o. Adalet yerini bulur.
I've brought news, but not all of it will please you.
Fill me in, Mr. Holmes. I won't shoot the messenger.
I located the thief, but found him rather cold. He was tight-lipped about the painting, too.
Ah, he's dead. How very droll, Mr. Holmes. One presumes you were not responsible.
It was an accident at the refugee camp. He impaled himself on his own knife.
Life is nothing if not cruel and capricious.
I tracked down Boniface Mercurio.
I presume he wasn't delighted about the situation.
He was not having a good day on account of his murder. Killed in his own flat by the same person that stole his painting.
Oh, sweet Mercurio, perishing in the pursuit of his art. How apt. I will miss his exceptional sense of humor. What about the stolen painting? Have you located it?
I found the painting, but I could not retrieve it.
Well then, where is it?
In Bernadotti's office.
Bernadotti? That shady businessman? Why would he steal it from me?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask him yourself.
I take it you found something more then.
Bir
I
fotoğraf
found the
buldum.
source of Mercurio's artistic inspiration. A photograph. What troubled me was that the sexual act captured was non-consensual.
She was violated? Dear God, how despicable.
Her abuser was in fact the British envoy. Mercurio took a picture of him committing the atrocity and then used it as artistic inspiration.
I had no idea a mere break-in would eventually expose such barbarity.
Mr. Vogel, I want you to make everything public, including the photograph. I'm sure you have a connection at the Cordona Chronicle.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, loyal to your own truth till the end. Yes, I'm acquainted with the staff of the Chronicle. The story is sensational and will surely draw attention to the gallery. But you must be aware that exposing the scandal will further hurt the victim. Does that not bother you?
No matter what one does, the truth tends to come out, as well it should. I won't be the one to stand in its way.
Though it's only your subjective truth being exposed. Not that I'm judging. It's perfectly reasonable for everyone to have their own views.
When you called me, you knew exactly what you would get.
Oh, but I'm not like you, Mr. Holmes. I cannot be sure of anything. Regardless, I must thank you, for art's sake. Well, now that we've resolved all of our outstanding matters, I have a gift for you. I took the liberty of having it delivered to Stonewood Manor. I am told it belonged to your mother.
Previously, you mentioned there may have been more to my mother's passing than consumption. It appears you were right.
Oh dear, I'd hoped to be wrong.
She was unstable, mentally unwell. She required sustained specialized treatment, but her madness persisted.
I knew that Violet had disappeared from the public eye, but had no idea of her suffering. I cannot imagine what you're feeling.
I'm fine. And what exactly have you sent me?
Frankly, I'm not sure how to answer that. I trust you'll know.
Thank you, Mr. Vogel. I am curious to see what you have procured.
Google'a gelen saklı hazine. Benim Oh. Karar vermekte biraz vermedim. O ne lan?
Just look at this thing. It's huge.
It's a bizarre object, and yet oddly familiar.
you just remember something?
Yes. A room full of curiosities and artifacts. I think I can find it in the manor.
Sherlock. So, you continue to pursue the imaginary. I had hoped you might have got all this out of your system by now.
Mycroft, what are you doing here? Get out of my house.
It's my house, actually. I've come to bring you back.
I have no interest in returning, let alone with you. I know you lied about Mother all these years, claiming she was merely ill, but she was unstable. She never had tuberculosis. She was not recuperating, but mentally deteriorating, and you never once thought to tell me. How dare you?
I shall not indulge this petulant tantrum. You can just tire yourself out and then slink back to London with your tail between your legs.
Just tell me everything. I'm an adult now. Show me the basic courtesy of an explanation. You know I will find out eventually.
The goal was stability, and that's what you got. The right thing for everyone was to try and move on from her passing.
The consequences of one's actions determines what is right or wrong.
Yes, exactly. The ends justify the means. After leaving Cordona, Sherlock, you had a normal childhood. In London, I was able to support you, guide you, shape you into a fine and productive young man. You have so much potential, so much to offer society.
But that's not the end. Now I found the truth, and it has shattered everything I knew about her, about you, and about myself. I feel unstable because of you. Your actions were not justified. Lying never is.
Oh, grow up, Sherlock. It was a white lie which has as much use in the realm of the interpersonal as the international. It is time you come to accept that some things are bigger than yourself.
Oh, you are full of it. You like to pretend you care about the big picture, but it's just an ego trip. You like knowing more than others. You like greasing palms and rubbing shoulders with the rich and powerful. You like having eyes and ears everywhere. The fact it helps the nation is incidental, because all you care about is yourself.
It's true. I have agents everywhere, including Cordona. If you weren't so damn stubborn, you'd realize that means I'm only here for you.
Evet. Bunu içeri mi taşıyacağız? Yok. Orada başka bir şey yapacağım ben.
Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets. I will need a proper outfit to match this. I will need a proper outfit.
Yok, silahla ilgiliydi ya. Tamam. Ona kafayı olma. Bir sonraki bölüm tam da burada. Aldığım yerden devam edeceğim. Ben arabaylar, hanımefendiler ve küçük beyefendiler. Bu güzel bölümü tam da buraya kadar izlediyseniz bulacağınız tebrik ederim. Teşekkür ederim. Başka bir bölümde görüşmek üzere. Kendinize iyi bakın. Bay bay.